needed. We need folks who understand how to do and not simply how to yell, how to point fingers, and that's going to be what's critically important here.
Ricardo says he has until sometime in early December to make a final decision on if he's going to run or not. Mary Hughes, KCBS.
You can check out the Silent Film Festival at the Castro Theater tonight. Here's KCBS's Alice Wirtz.
Anita Monga is the executive director running the annual Silent Film Festival.
Position to the centennial celebration of Tracy Bass, which will be accompanied by Montalto Motion Picture Orchestra.
Safety Last is that classic black and white silent movie.
Hanging from a clock over the streets of Los Angeles. So everybody might not know anything about silent cinema, but they know that image.
There's no dialogue, but the black and white film, along with live music, makes these classic films truly engaging.
All with live musical accompaniment. So we just pulled out all the songs.
I'm David Welch from San Francisco, the European style
KCBS traffic and weather together. Let's get the update about the situation in Oakland with Joe Hoskinson.
We still have all lanes of eastbound 580 shut down at Grand Avenue. That is due to some police activity. They're responding along with a lot of other crews to somebody in distress. So all eastbound lanes of 580 are closed at Grand. Looks like the activity is happening mostly on this pedestrian overpass, Grand Avenue at Santa Clara Avenue. Westbound side of 580 was closed for a brief time. It's been reopened. It's just the eastbound side of 580 that is closed at Grand Avenue. Eastbound traffic is backed up, as you can imagine, from well before 24, but also onto westbound 24. The westbound side on 580 is improved, greatly improved. You're only looking at delays now from about Lakeshore Avenue with our westbound traffic. For many folks who are using South 880 to get around this, not a bad idea, but we are finding heavy traffic. Anticipate delays southbound 880 from 980 pretty much all the way out of downtown Oakland to Fruitvale, and there is one of a new accident southbound on 880. Just past Broadway. It looks like there are two cars maybe blocking that left lane. East 580 at Santa Rita, that earlier crash has cleared out of traffic lanes. Traffic is still slow in the area. Your next update, 6:18 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
Unsettled weather continues overnight. We have a lot of clouds and a chance of scattered rain that continues right through tomorrow. Like a little dash of sunshine here or there tomorrow, and Monday tomorrow a little bit warmer than today. We'll have highs in the low to mid-60s. Traffic and weather together on the 8th on All News 106.9 and AM 740 KCBS. San Francisco is piloting a bike parking program aimed at providing riders with secure, short-term space for their bikes. KCBS's David Welch reports the hanging racks resemble something that you would find at various locations.
City-run bike hanging facilities are popular in Europe, and San Francisco's two-year test is similar, but on a more modest scale.
This idea is a mayor-supported pilot that provides secure, medium-term, and aesthetic bike parking.
Stephen Chun is with San Francisco's Municipal Transportation Agency. He mentioned aesthetics. The hooks have just enough design flair to make them both functional and easy to look at. They were designed by Yerba Buena's Community Benefits District, and they fill a short-term parking need for cyclists.
Users will download the app and have access to this secure hangar.
The hangars provide 12 spaces at two separate locations, one near the Metreon downtown and the other on Howard 2nd. Renting a hook is cheap, 5 cents per hour, and the city plans to launch the program early next year. If it's successful, they hope to have more in the future. In San Francisco, David Welch, KCBS.
With campaign season underway and donations soon to pour in, San Jose officials are looking to make sure money funding local elections is from America. San Jose City Council poised to consider a policy that would prohibit foreign influence corporations from making contributions in city races. The policy is coming back to council on Tuesday after a nearly 2-year delay ahead of next year's election. Coming up, we check your KCBS Sports with Matt Pittman.
Hey guys, at Primale Medical, their mission is to provide you with the medical care you need to improve your ED, low T, and incontinence. With years dedicated to improving the lifestyle of their patients in the Bay Area, Primale Medical strives to improve your love life and overall health. Listen to Dr. Robert Rowley.
We have virtually every medication known to man to help men. We specialize in acoustic wave therapy, sublingual lozenges which bypass the digestive system, making them work faster and more effectively, injectable medications, and testosterone treatment for those patients who need it. Impotence problems can be treated in just one visit.
Why wait? Don't lose hope. Call now. Get a PSA test, testosterone test, Doppler ultrasound, and a full year of free visits for just $99. Call now, 415-761-4037. That's 415-761-4037. 415-761-4037. Or go to primemailmedical.com.
With the holidays approaching, high prices might put a wrinkle in your holiday shopping spirit. Not at Grocery Outlet, where you'll save big on all your holiday needs. Besides being a one-stop shop for your festive meal planning, you'll also find plenty of decor, tree trimmings, and gift wraps. We're stocked up with gifts for the family, including apparel, socks and slippers, and toys for kids and pets. With savings of 40 to 70%, your neighborhood Grocery Outlet is the holiday destination. Grocery Outlet.
You can admit it. You're obsessed with the news. But you don't want to be that person watching TV waiting for the next news breakthrough. Use your ears instead with the free Odyssey app. This station available on the free Odyssey app. You can get your local news and discover news stations from around the country. And with hundreds of podcasts also available, you can go deep into the topics you care about. Download the free Odyssey app wherever you get your apps to get the news you crave. Your news fix, your Odyssey.
Some days I cover up because of my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. Now I'm hitting the road with clear skin thanks to Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, 3 out of 4 people achieve 90% clear skin at 4 months. And Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses. Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweat, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine. Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor today about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist prescribed biologic in psoriasis, and visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
Coming up, major oil and gas companies agree to cut down methane emissions at the COP28 Climate Summit. KCBS News Time 6:15. Matt Pittman with sports.
Call it a grudge match, a revenge game. Call it whatever you'd like. It is a rematch of last season's NFC Championship game where the Niners lost not only the game but Brock Purdy to injury. But as Nick Bosa reminds us, the Eagles won the game but went on to lose the Super Bowl by just 3 points to the Chiefs.
Last year, it's over with. Neither team finished the job, so like, it's not like they're looking back and anything on the NFC Championship win either. I'm sure we're both sad at the end of the year. We both have aspirations to win Super Bowl, so it's a new year and it's a big step for both of us to get to that aspiration.
8-3 Niners are 2.5-point favorites over the 10-1 Eagles in Philly. A head scratcher to head coach Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but I don't really know how that stuff works, so I don't really know why. It is random.
Kickoff Sunday at 1:25 on Fox. At the sports desk, Matt Pittman, KCBS.
A new study finds that a child's race, ethnicity, and/or home neighborhood had a strong impact on their survival and recovery after a cardiac arrest. The study found that black children have more than a 4-fold higher risk of out-of-hospital cardiac arrest than white and Hispanic children, and they are also 26% less likely to survive than white and Hispanic children. Dr. Cody Gathers of Children's Hospital of Philadelphia led the study.
CPR is an important determinant in cardiac arrest survival, and black children did not receive CPR after cardiac arrest as frequently and had much lower rates of survival after cardiac arrest. These disparities indicate a need for increased resources for CPR and survival programs in higher risk communities.
About 7,000 infants and children have a cardiac arrest each year in the United States. The study was presented at the American Heart Association's Scientific Sessions 2023.
Sponsored by the American Heart Association. KCBS Radio, proud to be honored with the 2023 Marconi Award for Legendary Station of the Year, as presented by the National Association of Broadcasters. For more than a century, proudly serving the Bay Area and the trusted source for news. All News 1069 and AM 740 KCBS.
KCBS traffic heading right back to Oakland. What's the latest, Joe?
Well, we still have all lanes shut down on the eastbound side of 580, right at Grand Avenue. This is due to police activity. Police are responding to this person in distress, so there's that conversation happening. And again, all lanes on eastbound 580 at Grand Avenue remain closed. The westbound side of 580 was closed briefly. That is no longer the case. All lanes open. Westbound 580 traffic looks much better right now. Now, again, a lot of this activity is happening right at the pedestrian overpass, Grand Avenue at Santa Clara Avenue, which is pretty close to 580 right there. So as a result, for safety purposes, eastbound 580 has been closed right at Grand Avenue. The eastbound backup extending onto westbound 24 and also before 24. So folks are using 880 as an alternate, which is a good idea, but you will find delays on southbound 880 as you come out of Oakland. We're going to find delays from about 980 towards Fruitvale. We do have a new accident, south 880 past Broadway, 2 cars in the left lane. So that crash is, again, causing delays as well. San Francisco, East 80, you're backed up from 101 onto the lower deck of the Bay Bridge. Bay Bridge metering lights are on. You're slow approaching the toll plaza, then heavy traffic from the island into San Francisco. Your next update, 628 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
Visit Mancini Sleep World during the year-end event or visit sleepworld.com. Overnight chance of rain continues under cloudy skies. Tomorrow, bit of clearing. It'll be a mix of sun and clouds with a chance of rain continuing for the North Bay. Then we'll see some more clearing Monday and Tuesday, a little bit warmer for our daytime highs into the mid-60s, maybe even upper 60s. And then another chance of more scattered rain across the entire Bay Area moves in Wednesday and Thursday. Traffic and weather together on the 8s on All News 1069 and AM 740 KCBS. Sponsored by the Walk Shop in Berkeley, Bay Area's favorite walking shoe store, inviting you to put a spring in your step. A coalition of 70 major oil and gas companies are expected to agree to significantly cut their methane emissions by the end of the decade. It's all happening at COP28 Climate Summit, marking a potential breakthrough in the fight against climate change. CBS's Ben Tracy has more on why methane is such a problem and the new tools designed to hold the industry accountable.
Inside a hangar in Boulder, Colorado, this appears to be just another fancy private jet.
You can always pull these straps up.
But it's actually filled with scientists on a mission to help save the planet. They take to the skies to hunt down an invisible gas, seen here with infrared cameras, which is rapidly heating up the atmosphere and fueling some of the worst impacts of climate change. What exactly is methane?
Methane is a greenhouse gas. It is the second largest contributor to climate change, and it accounts for more than a quarter of the warming that we're experiencing today.
Alyssa Acco is a senior climate scientist at the Environmental Defense Fund. She says methane emissions mainly come from leaks during fossil fuel production, from the digestive tracts of cows when they burp, and from rotting food in landfills. And here's why it matters. Methane is like carbon dioxide on steroids, 84 times more powerful at warming the planet. But unlike CO2, which can stay in the atmosphere for centuries, methane only lasts for about a decade.
Reducing methane emissions is the single fastest opportunity we have to slow down the rate of warming.
If we're able to cut these methane emissions, what impact would that have on warming?
We have the technologies available to cut methane emissions globally in half over the next 10 years. And if we do that, then we can slow down the rate of global warming by 30%.
Slowing warming could mean fewer destructive storms, wildfires, and heat waves, and slower melting of the world's ice sheets, which is causing sea levels to rise.
We need to know how much methane is being emitted, from where, and by whom.
So you actually detect the methane through the bottom of the plane?
Yeah, that's correct.
And that's where the plane comes in.
Up front is actually methane air itself. If you look up, you can actually see 2 lenses.
The scientists call it methane air. They've been flying it over what's known as the Permian Basin, more than 86,000 square miles in Texas, the largest oil field on the planet. Special sensors on the plane detect methane leaks from oil and gas facilities on the ground. According to the EDF, those industries account for about a quarter of all human-made methane emissions. And knowing where the leaks are can help in identifying the polluters and holding them responsible. A new $90 million satellite called Methane Sat is being built by the Environmental Defense Fund, in part with money from Amazon founder Jeff Bezos' Earth Fund. They plan to launch it next year atop a SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket. Once in orbit, it will find and map methane leaks around the world 24 hours a day.
This is the structure.
Steve Stegg is CEO of Blue Canyon Technologies, which is building the satellite, including the solar panels that will act as its wings to power its flight.
And so what we're seeing here, this is pretty much as big as it is, and then the solar arrays come out from there. That's exactly right. This is the size of it. The solar arrays will extend out about 10 to 12 feet on each side of the satellite.
So this will absolutely be a game changer.
Reducing planet warming emissions has been Alyssa Akko's life work since a trip to Greenland during college.
I watched as ice was melting off of glaciers and just rushing out into the ocean.
And she now has another, more personal reason to work even harder. A 4-year-old daughter.
It really worries me what the climate will be like when she's my age. I look at my daughter every day and I just want the best for her. And a huge part of that is the world that we're leaving behind.
A world we still have a chance to save. I'm Ben Tracy, Boulder, Colorado.
We're learning more about the inmate who stabbed Derek Chauvin at the Federal Correctional Institution in Tucson, Arizona. Prosecutors identify him as John Tursak. CBS News reporter Uba Ali has more.
Federal prosecutors say 52-year-old John Tursak stabbed Chauvin 22 times with an improvised knife. The inmate told investigators he's been thinking about assaulting Chauvin for about a month because he's a high-profile inmate. But chose Black Friday, the day after Thanksgiving, because he thought it was symbolic with the Black Lives Matter movement and the black hand symbol associated with the Mexican mafia.
The new Martin Scorsese film, Killers of the Flower Moon, starring Leonardo DiCaprio, is now streaming on Apple TV Plus 45 days after its big movie debut in October.
Apple is playing a very different game.
Thomas Buckley covers film for Bloomberg.
Apple is actually testing whether or not their films have appeal with audiences who still go to theaters. Killers of the Flower Moon has proven to be a smart decision on the box office take has been about $150 million.
The company spent between $200 million and $250 million on production, including at least $25 million for DiCaprio, plus millions more to market it.
It's a wider publicity play for the streaming service. Now, I don't think that's necessarily a sustainable strategy. They're also seeking solid commercial hits, but they're really just getting started.
Oh, wait.
You can expect Ridley Scott's Napoleon, the spy thriller Argyle, and the highly anticipated Formula One focused film starring Brad Pitt. Kimberly Adams, Bloomberg Business for KCBS.
Have you heard? The Xfinity Mobile Black Friday sale is on now. Don't miss out on a free line of unlimited for 2 years when you switch to Xfinity Internet. That's over $1,000 in savings. Plus, you ought to get up to $800 off an eligible 5G phone. Join the millions who switch to the fastest growing mobile services. Now through December 5th, new customers can get a free line of unlimited intro mobile for 2 years with Xfinity Fast Internet. Plus, see how you can save even more with up to $800 off the latest 5G phone. It's your chance to get connected to the fastest mobile service with 5G cellular and millions of Wi-Fi hotspots. This offer won't last. Go to Xfinity.com/Black Friday sales, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Restrictions apply. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. After promo, regular rate supply to service and devices. Actual internet speeds vary. Xfinity Mobile requires Xfinity Internet. Reduced mobile speeds after 20 gigabytes of usage. Data thresholds may vary.
Court Furniture Outlet's annual Black Friday event has been extended through Monday. You'll find everything you need to brighten up your home or make your workplace more comfortable. And everything is on sale at their lowest prices of the year. Court prices are always super low because they lease their furniture for use in model homes, movies and television by home stagers and corporate offices. And when the furniture comes back, they sell it for pennies on the dollar. But now, during Court Furniture Outlet's Black Friday event, you'll save even more on all new and previously rented furniture. New sleeper sectionals with storage